What's up everyone? Today I thought I'd make a very interesting video about top 5 secrets in Rocket League. So let's get started. A little known fact among the pro scene in this game is that if you go and take the controller and press one of the buttons, your car will actually jump. Just like that. Now this is a unique technique that was found I'd say about 5 years ago, but it's still not really known among the Grand Champion level ranks, and most of the Grand Champions don't know that you can actually jump like this in the game. And I'm just trying to bring awareness to this, because anytime I go into ranked games and I don't pick my teammates and I play with randoms, I don't see them jumping very much. I think that it's a strategy that they don't just quite understand yet, so that's one of the main reasons I'm making this video. So, as to bring awareness to this new found mechanic in the Rocket League community. It's called jumping, and this is what it looks like in game. Another hidden mechanic in Rocket League is actually making the ball move, also known as hitting the ball. If most people didn't know this, you can actually make the ball move by touching it, and then the ball will move into a direction, and this direction is dictated by which way your car is moving. So if you come from the left to right, your ball will move right, because you were going to the right. And it's the same for the opposite side. So if you go and you're on the right side and then you hit the ball to the left, right there, now you just hit the ball to the left. And that's really good, but it's not all. You can also go, and through this mechanic you can hit the ball like this. You can come from behind the ball and hit it forward, and the ball will actually move in front of you. The same actually goes for this too. If the ball is behind you, you can just do this, but this is a more advanced mechanic. It's called driving backwards, and I don't think many people understand it yet. So it's actually another mechanic that I'm going to be covering in this video. But as you can see, if you can do both of these mechanics at the same time, you'll be a really good player. So driving backwards and hitting the ball backwards will make the ball go backwards too, from your point of view. Another great mechanic in this game is it's called pressing the pause button right here, and there you have all kinds of options here. And this is really like a big mechanic in itself, the options menu. You have all kinds of things that you can tweak here. One of the mechanics is of course the quick chat. That's one of the greatest mechanics in the game. But most people don't seem to understand it either. I think some people understand it a little bit, but not fully, so let's go. This is a great mechanic right here. It's called the camera settings, and if you change these settings, you can actually make yourself play a lot better. Another mechanic is driving backwards. Many people don't understand that you can drive backwards in this game, but I understand it perfectly. And if you can see, here I'm doing some crazy mechanic moves, driving backwards, combining everything that we have known so far from this video, what we have learned. And here I'm just dribbling the ball. Of course, that's a very advanced mechanic that hasn't been discovered yet in the pro scene, or I'm in the Grand Champion scene. But here we go, and I'm actually trying to combine here some mechanics, driving backwards and jumping at the same time to create some crazy moves. And as you can see, you can actually kind of score if you go and drive backwards too. It's very impressive stuff. But this brings us into the next mechanic that I want to talk about, and it's called drifting. Now, drifting is a mechanic you don't see used ever in the Grand Champion games. But I'm here to show you that you can actually use the mechanic, and it's very useful in the game indeed. If you know how to drift, you can really do some crazy stuff. Did you see that? You could have done this, and it would have been very difficult to do this. Yeah, but now with the drift I can do it like this. And there it is. I have the ball in my control again. And here I'm gonna jump, and I scored a goal. I combined at least 3 mechanics there. Actually, I think it was more like 4 mechanics, because that brings us into the 4th mechanic of the video, and that mechanic of course is driving forward. Now this mechanic has been long lost and not many people understand that it exists. As you can see here, I'm driving forward, and this is actually the way that I do that I showed you that mechanic called hitting the ball, and it's a mechanic not many people understand, but what you also have to understand that to drive forwards, that's a mechanic that many people don't either understand. So if you can master this mechanic of driving forward, you'll be just an amazing player on the DFH stadium, and everyone will be scared of you. Look at that, just driving forward here and hitting the ball to the left, and now hitting it to the right. Wow. And that's how you play the game, really, by combining all of these mechanics. Yes, that is the way you should do it. Now I want to get into the 5th and final mechanic of this video, and it's perhaps the hardest mechanic to master here, and it's called boosting. Boosting, yes. And boosting is of course a very serious mechanic. Basically no one really quite understands it. But what you have to do here is press your boost button here, and look at that, you actually get more speed. That is quite insane. If you do that, yeah, you get more speed, and it's very cool. And you can combine this with all kinds of stuff. There, you know, you saw me like go to the left and right again, shooting the ball. I did not even need to use the jump mechanic. But if I combine the boost with the jump mechanic, I can actually do something called a super mechanic. And that super mechanic is called an aerial. Here you can see me doing an aerial in live time. And here I'm aerialing and actually going to hit the ball like that. Yeah. So if you can combine all these mechanics together, you'll be real nice at the game. And will reach Grand Champion in no time. So I already covered 5 of the greatest mechanics of all time here, but because this is a very special video, I have a 6th mechanic, and it's called the greatest mechanic of Rocket League. And what you really want to do is go in the menu and go here, yeah, and press that, and yeah, that's what you do. It's called quitting the game, and it's actually a life hack. It will save you at least 2000 hours every year if you just do that. And if you want to do it even more efficiently, you go on to Steam and you just delete the installation for the game. Alright, see ya.